My name is Idris Atkins. I want to welcome you to my haircutting class. And today we are going to teach you how to do 4 haircuts an hour. Introduction, Lesson 1, Anatomy and Physiology, better known as A&P. There's 3 things that all barbers need to get through a haircut successfully. Number 1, basic barber technique. Number 2, natural talent. And number 3, technology, the use of electric clippers, levers, plastic guards, and detachable blades. But there's a 4th area that we do not talk about, and that is A&P. Yes, the use of the fingers, the wrist, the elbow, the shoulder, the anatomy of the whole arm. Could you imagine getting through a haircut without technology, without the electric clipper, without the blades and the lever, having to do a haircut with just these, doing a mid fade with just these, a ball fade with just these? And back in those days, the burst fade was the worst fade. Had them drinking Barbasol when they thirsty. But guess what? They was able to successfully get through all those haircuts with no lever, no guards, just one blade. How? Because of A&P. Could you imagine if the anatomy of the arm and you fully understood it and you used that combined with technology? What would you have? You would have the ability to achieve a 15-minute haircut in less than 15 minutes or 4 haircuts in an hour. And that's what I'm going to teach you today. In fact, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you that it's possible to achieve with just one blade of fade, and we're going to show you today.
Play.
This is an old clipper. It has no lever. It's a blade with no guards. We're going to show you how to do a number 1 fade all the way to the top, fully blended, with just using the anatomy of the fingers, the wrist, the elbow, the shoulder, and the full anatomy of the arm. All right, now let's go. This is the first elevation, number 1. Now the second elevation, we normally do, we lift up high and we do the next elevation. Then you take the blade, you come down, and you meet. That's another length, freehand. And using your wrist and your finger. All right, come right here around the back, free hand, down, another level that you use with this blade is you go backwards and you drag on a slant. Take the wrist and just drag on a slant. And you glide into it with the fingers. You come down, glide. Come down, glide, glide. Come down, glide. Now, come right here, midway, and drag into your bottom elevation. Y'all all know about now we will have a plastic guard, or we'll be using like a number 2 blade or 1.5. But now you just take your wrist and you drop and you flick into that lower elevation. And then you raise your wrist up high. Then you drop your wrist down low. And then you take the corner of the blade and you flick with the wrist. Now, when you get up in this area, you normally would use a plastic guard or number 2. Y'all know we would normally be with another plastic guard, but if you take your wrist and you drop it, you come up and you twist. This would be like a 3.5 in this area. So instead of using a 3.5 or a 2 or 1.5 or 1/8, you use the wrist to drag, go in, cut, mid, low, flat, high, corner, twist, corner, twist. Come across the front here. Now, come backwards, drag. And now, cut that clip off, then you're gonna line them up. And when I line them up, everything should get locked in right away. And when you line, you let the actual straight edge of the blade do the work. You don't have to really draw. You just lay down flat, lay down flat, flat. And then right in here, you come this way, and then you come up this way when you want to do your curve. You go halfway into the curve, and you come up halfway into the curve. And this technique is not to show you my talent. It's to show all you barbers out there that it can be done with just the anatomy of the arm. But if you add all of the other things that we use, the lever, the blades, the guards, you can achieve what I've just done very quickly. And of course, you can see the time that it took me to achieve this. And again, all the barbers out there who are talented, who have basic barber technique, natural talent, hand-eye coordination, as well as the technology of the electric clipper, the lever, and the blades. If you use this technique that I'm going to teach you in these next series of classes, you'll be able to achieve these haircuts in 15 minutes or less when you use technology, anatomy, basic barber technique, hand and eye coordination, and your talents. So that's just one side of the head. I didn't stop the camera. I didn't speed it up. You saw everything that I did. You saw all my flaws and all my mistakes. All right, that will conclude my video. I encourage you to, number 1, get ready for lesson 2. And one more thing, all the blades that I use, Blade Boost does a wonder for clippers. You can get this at hairclippersworld.com. Thank you. That took about 7 minutes. So give or take the other side of the head, about a 15-minute haircut. We would have got that done. And now, am I suggesting that you do a haircut with one blade? No. But I wanted to show you what can be achieved if you fully understand the anatomy of the arm, the wrist, the fingers, and successfully get through a haircut with just one blade. But could you imagine if you combined the anatomy as well as the electric clipper, the blades, the lever, and the guards? You could achieve any haircut in 15 minutes or less, or 4 haircuts in an hour. So now, let's conclude with a little music.